Good evening to you. It is 2 minutes to 4 o'clock in the United Kingdom. So I want to welcome all of you on board. This is a live broadcast on Facebook in case it reaches YouTube and other social media link. It is a live broadcast rather on Facebook. My name is Lawyer Tokunbo Olagbaye. I practice immigration and nationality law in the United Kingdom. In case for those who will be picking this up on WhatsApp later on, they might not know who I am, or for those who will see it on other social media platforms. The reason why I'm putting out this video here, it is because I felt so bad inside me. And I thought it is important for me to contribute to put my opinion out there as a learned person, somebody who is eloquent in law. Somebody who understands what we call human rights, and somebody who understands what we call human rights law as it is as well, and someone that has a feeling for human being at large. And this is the reason why I want to speak quickly before I leave today's work and continue tomorrow. So I thought to myself that it would be appropriate for me to contribute and to join the masses in the world at large with regards to putting an end to white supremacy. It is about time as a black woman, as a black professional lady, to speak and to join the masses at large in the world. To let the white people know that we are not happy and we are here to put an end to the white supremacy. Now, the word white supremacy has long dated back. It has long history, which a lot of people are not really aware of, the long history of white supremacy. Tried from the time of slave trade and look at what we call Blackwell Street in America, then you will be able to understand how black people have been treated over 400 years, over 300 years, over 200 years. It is about time that unless we have unity, unless we understand what we want, unless we come together, we will not be able to stop the white supremacy. We can protest from now till the world comes to an end. It won't change. The Jewish community and the Asian community are able to get this done by coming together and become one. The Jewish community, typical example, successfully have put so many things out there in the world, and that is why they control the power in America. Black race is the least among all the races, in the way you want to put it, is the least, which means is at the bottom, is the last at the bottom. So whatever you become, once the color of your skin is this, you are at disadvantage. Now, let me encourage us, because people don't know the consequence. You see, so many times people go out there and protest, make noise, fight, burn things down, come back home again thinking that their voices are heard. The voice cannot be heard in that manner. There are three different people that are out there when you see protesters. There are people that will even go out there genuinely to protest against the conscience, to protest against a particular issue. There is a second person who is out there for riot purposes. And the third person who is out there is to loot. to make consequence, you know, to take people's things, to deprive people from their businesses or their properties. They call them looters. So there are three different people out there: the protesters, the person who out there, the rioters, and the looters. So many times people complain and talk about, oh, they went out there to go and protest, but they are stealing. Not actually the people that went out there to go and protest are the people that are stealing or breaking or damaging properties. These are people that went in there with their own mission to steal, to destroy. So the consequence is different. Now let's talk about us as Black. Being Black doesn't mean you have to be stupid. But one thing that statistics have proved and continue to prove about us for over the years is that we have failed to come together as one. We lack uniformity. And when there is no uniformity, which means that there is no unity among us, we are not going to be able to achieve our aim, regardless of how we fight from morning till night. There is so many things going on in the United Kingdom, apart from United States. The issue of Black race and the white supremacy has long dated back, and as we speak, it has not stopped. So no matter what you want to talk about, it hasn't stopped. It's still there. A lot of us have seen it so far, so good. But we have just taken our eyes off and pretend as if it never happens to us. And then we put ourselves together and carry on struggle to get to our destination. Now, if you don't know how it happens, it has happened to many of us. We have seen it a lot. I left my job when I was at HM Customs and Excise because of racism. But then some people will live like that and they will be broken for the rest of their life. They will not be able to pick up the pieces. But I was able to pick up the pieces because I believe in self-motivation. I believe in myself. I believe in my capacity. I believe that I can do things alone and I can achieve so much without even being a white person. But now come to think of it, if I were to be a white woman, I would have gone far more than this. If I were to be a white woman, even the ordinary consultation that I charge for £50, a white woman will charge £300, and the Black people will still pay it because we don't have unity. We prefer to rush into white office, into Asian, to go and give them our work than to come to our Black person and fight our battles and work together and believe in ourselves. So many times we don't have anything that puts us together. Every time that we come out to do things, we don't have the unity. And that is what we are lacking in the world. The problem of white supremacy is there and it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. It's something that we can break down. But how do you do it? How do you come about it? What exactly have you got in plan? People that have gone out there to protest, in the last a week or two since the death of George Floyd in the United States, a lot of people have gone out there to protest, to fight, to even risk their life in their midst of coronavirus. But having said that, what are the plans they have put in place after their protest? What changes are they looking for? You can't go out there to protest without having things on papers, without putting things together and look at the changes you are expecting. What are the changes you are expecting? When you go out there, you fight, you burn things down. What exactly do you want from the authority of the country you are talking about? For example, in the US, for example, in the United Kingdom, what are you looking for? We don't have equal rights with a white counterpart. As a lawyer, as a woman, and as a Black woman, I face double discrimination over the years. And if you don't know, you don't know. A woman being discriminated because of her sex, and a woman also being discriminated because of her color, because she's a Black woman. So it's double discrimination. So you have to work as twice better than them to be able to achieve what you are achieving, or to be able to be where you are. It is through discrimination that I was able to find my destiny. It is through racism that I was able to find my destiny and create my own empire, create my own college, create my own firm, and build my own name over the years. I want to invite you all here. This is the kind of video that you're supposed to share and invite every Black race on social media. This is a kind of video that you're supposed to call all black people that you know, whether from Nigeria, from America, from Jamaica, from Kenya, from Malawi. Invite them to this platform and let them know their rights. Invite them to this platform and let them know where they stand. Invite them to this platform and let them know how to stand for their right at workplace, in the community, at anywhere. It is about time you don't encourage white supremacy any longer. If you continuously encouraging white supremacy, the children of your children will continue to suffer when they come into being. And for us to do this successfully, for us to be able to achieve this, we have to put an end to it. How do we do it? How do we put an end to it? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me first of all listen to you. A lot of people don't even have anybody to listen to. They don't even know what they want to do. They don't even know how to go about it. You're fighting against white supremacy. As a black person, there is so much that you need to do for yourself. A lot of black people don't have a career. They don't have a training. They don't have education. They don't even know what they want to do for themselves. Many of them live dejected life, and they only rely on social funds. Now, you will not have a say. When somebody is providing for you, they are giving you that token money. It's going to be depriving you economically to stand against white supremacy. Let's move on quickly. There are so many solutions to the problem on ground, but people don't understand. They don't even know. There are many things that we can do to fight against white supremacy without being violent, without carrying guns, without attacking anyone. It is as simple as this. First and foremost, every black people that are out there, find a better life for yourself. Get a job, get a training, go into education, prepare yourself, set up a business, do something economically functioning in the society. Make yourself effective, make yourself countable, make yourself valuable. Do not just be as just that they have discriminated against my color. What more can I do? I have applied, they have refused me, and that's the end of it. No, you cannot do that to yourself. Do not do that, because continuously doing that to yourself, you are depriving yourself to stand against racism. You are depriving yourself to stand against white supremacy. Now, I am not saying otherwise, but I'm going to tell you that it is about time that we need to stand up. We need to be counted for our actions and our responsibility. And for us to be counted, for our voice to be counted, to be noted, we need to come together and be one. Enough of us discriminating against each other at the beginning, saying that, oh, it's Jamaican, it's African, it's Jamaica. Black is black in the front of white supremacy. The moment your skin is black, you're black. It doesn't matter whether you are Jamaican origin, whether you are from Kenya, whether you are from Nigeria, whether you are from Ghana, or you are from Uganda, or you are from anywhere you want to mention, Malawi. As long as you are black in skin, you are black. And that's the final. Now, the way forward in this matter is that you need to be counted. Go and get a job. Go and get a job. Settle down your life. Get a proper training, or set up an employment and get yourself moving forward. Now, to be counted and for the way forward, every election in the United Kingdom, we need to participate. We need to come out and vote. We need to come out and vote zealously. We have not been coming out and put a candidate on the seat in Parliament. It's about time that we need to rally around each other. Ghana needs to know that they have to support Nigerians and support everybody, whoever is in power, whoever is going to contest, whether they are from Ghana, Nigeria. Ghana needs to stop discriminating against Nigeria. Nigeria needs to stop discriminating against Ghana, against Jamaica, against Kenya, against Uganda, against anywhere, Gambia. The moment you are black in the world. They don't want to know your background, your origin. It's about time we have that head to come together and become one. Now, if I say that is one of the solutions, I didn't say that is all of the solution. I'm also saying that the reason why we are having this problem is because we have not put the consequence out there. We haven't put consequence out there. And it's because we don't have uniformity. That's why we're unable to put the consequence of them doing it. What will be the repercussion? And the only way to do that, once we are able to come together and acquired one voice, like Jewish community, acquired one voice, then the way forward will be that we are going to provide what we call economic consequence. If we put out economic consequence to the government, either in the US, in the United Kingdom, in Belgium, in Germany, in France, wherever the black people, I'm not saying Asian community, I'm saying black race, wherever there is black in anywhere in the world, we should come together and put out there what we call economic consequence. Economic consequence in a way that we don't shop from any white shops. We don't go to Asians. We don't go to Jewish. We will only be shopping from black shops. We will only be patronizing black offices. We will only be dealing with black people. We will not deal with Asians. Apologies to all the Asian friends and Chinese friends or community out there. It has nothing to do with them. But the situation we are, according to others, is that we have to come together and we have to impart the community we are economic consequence. Economic consequence, we will not shop from any white shops. We will stop buying from them. We will come together like Jewish community and we will continue to allow our money to go around 7 times, 8 times, 9 times within the black community, within the black race. And if we can't achieve that, then there is no need for us to be fighting against white supremacy. The white supremacy can only be fought against if we have managed to come together and stop picking on each other. Stop picking on each other's mistake. Stop fooling each other and be each other's friend. Watch each other's back. The economic consequence could have repercussion on the government. Believe me, when we are sending money overseas, we will not send money through another businesses other than a black counterpart that's handling that. Black consume a lot of money in every year. We spend so much into the economy in the United Kingdom, if you don't know. I am not going to look into US, but I'm going to continuously talking about the United Kingdom. But I'm going to encourage the United States, blacks in the US, and African American in the US to sit tight and do the same as they have put it to them. At the same time, I am going to concentrate and tell other European counterparts, the stage we are today is that we need to influence the economy in the United Kingdom. We need to push and influence the economy. When you are buying products, hair products, you buy the hair product from black shops. You don't buy from Asian community. You boycott them because they will never buy from you. Asian community will not buy from black people. The meat shops you go to do your shopping, try as much as possible to look for where you have your black people selling the same product and patronize the black race, regardless of whether they are from Germany, from Uganda, from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Uganda, from Gambia, from anywhere, as long as it's owned by a black man or a black woman. Patronize your black people. Patronize your black race. Boycott Asian community. Boycott the white supremacy store. Let them have impact of this economic situation. Let us hit them harder. Let us come together. Let us attack it with our money, with our brain, with our knowledge, with our skills, with our personalities. Our shoppings and buying clothes from shops. We should try as much as possible, look for black shops com online and see whether we can fit in there and get our product. If we can't, it is about time that the black people start looking into that area. Do not mess your race down anymore. Do not allow them to impart your race. Do not let them putting you down and treat you unequal to white counterpart, that you both start work at the same time and they promote them better than you and put you at the bottom. No, it's about time that you guys need to wake up and know exactly how to fight for your right. It's not just making noise out there alone. Apart from that, when we look at the situation of things in the United Kingdom, taking the situation of what happened in the United States, also, apart from the economic consequence, the police reform, we need to reform the police in the United Kingdom. The police reform needs to be done and be reviewed. As we speak, we haven't got enough black people in the police force. We have not gotten enough black people in the police force. It needs to be reformed. It needs to be reformed. There is so much incidents happening when the black man and the white man start together, join police force at the same time. Before you open your eyes, before you realize, they will have promoted the white person twice or three times before the black guy will even have promotion. It is because we don't have enough representative there. And when you look at the government of today's date in parliament, we haven't got one black race in the cabinet. There is Asian. Asian is not black. Don't mix it up. They have their own community and they are loyal to each other. And I can tell you from experience, they have their own community and they are loyal to each other. Where is the black community? Where is our race? How far can we go with this? We need to do reform. There has to be a reform to the police institution. For us to stop this white supremacy, dealing with blacks anyhow, it needs to stop. Parents, we have a lot of impact to take on our children. And father, we have to be responsible in our homes. Mothers, we have to be responsible. You understand? I am not here to attack our black race at this time. This is not the time for me to attack black race. This is the time for me to tell you that it is about time that you guys need to come together. The black race, we have to come together. We have to work together. We have to achieve this. Economically, we can impact the government. Trust me. Economically, we can impact the government. I pay taxes every year. So I run business in this country. It is true I am a lawyer, but I run business. And I know how much money I paid into the land registry on the capital gains, on the income tax, stamp duty. Every time I purchase property, I don't pay less than 14 to 15,000 pounds on each of them for stamping it, for registration into the government. That money goes into the government in the country. Although I cannot take that away from the government, but I can impart it. I can bring changes to it with your support. I cannot do it alone, but it's about time we let them know that our voice must be heard. We have many medical black doctors in NHS there. Our voice can be heard. We have a lot of black lawyers, a lot of black accountants, a lot of black engineers, construction engineer in the construction industry. In the banking industry, we have a lot of black people, but are they doing very well? When you meet with them in the bank, they only place at the counter. The black people are placed at the counter. They are not up there. They're not sharing profit. They are just paid by salary. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need to become one. We need to unite together. We need to come out at the time of election and vote for our candidates. Put a candidate out there. If it can be done elsewhere, we can do it as well. We will come out, we will vote zealously for our candidate. Somebody needs to represent us out there. At the moment, the blacks that are in the parliament are sleeping. They are even ashamed to be black. They don't want to speak for us. Look at Newcastle lady, Nigerian origin, mixed race. She's not prepared to represent black people, to speak for black people. I am not ashamed to speak for my race at any time. I am not ashamed to represent my race, but I am not in politics. I am a lawyer, I'm a human rights lawyer, and I will use my platform to continuously, to go against white supremacy. Don't forget, we have to come together as one before we can achieve. When you spend all your time on something that is not worth it, you will not have time to deal with something that is worth it. So we have to come together. We really need to. Relationship of trust, it has a lot of impact. It's about time. Boycott, it's an economic consequence, and it has a lot of impact on the economy. Trust me. If we can come together and boycott buying from other race and concentrate on black race, we will definitely go far. But one thing I want to afford everyone, and I want to remind us all, when people come to your shops, your business to shop with you, please let us try to be respectful of each other. Let us try to keep each other's back. Let us try to support each other and not pulling each other's down. The black race has a lot of work to do, but killing is not an answer to it. So I totally disagree with all the uniform person killing black race all over the world. You are not supposed to. You were not trained to kill innocents. You were not even trained to kill anybody. You were trained to bring them to justice, to court of law, for the court for law to take its course. You were not supposed to kill anyone. So, if you are a policeman in uniform, which I think you are before you will be able to arrest someone, please, don't use your color to deter people from making their lives. Don't use your color because you are white, that you have to go out there to kill people anyhow. No. On the death of George Floyd, I stand corrected. All the 4 policemen that were involved, they should have been given a first degree, not second. It's a murder case. It is not manslaughter. There was an intention at the time that guy said that I cannot breathe. I cannot breathe. If it's not an intention, he should have come out completely and stop and get off him. So there was an intention to kill. So it's a murder. It's not manslaughter. So therefore, it should be first degree and not second. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have much time to put here today, but I want to encourage us. Black race, we need to come together. I don't care how far this video can go. Like and share it, please. Share it. Enough is enough. On the issue of white supremacy, we are not in 200 or 300 years ago. We are in 2020. We have a lot of things to discuss. We have a lot of things to cater for. So we cannot be thinking about inequality again. If 2 people go to work at the same time and they are black and white, they should be given equal treatment. If they have the same qualification and they have the same experience, they should be given equal treatment. One should not be treated because of the color of her skin or his skin. You don't want to know what we have passed through in the hands of white supremacy in the government department. Government department in the UK and police institution, including the professional career that I am holding, Law Society. They are one of the most racist institutions in the United Kingdom. Institutionally racist. The Law Society SRA is institutionally racist, and I stand corrected. The police institution in the United Kingdom is racist. But if you are not closer, you cannot see anything. The government department in the UK is institutionally racist. So I've been there and I know it. They will bring younger person that came in yesterday. As long as the color of the skin is white, they will bring it ahead of you as your boss, as your superior. For how long are you going to take it? The children are crying already that it is racism. So they are smelling it. They know it. But before they start growing up and starting life and getting married and settle down, we need to start doing something. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need to follow Jewish products. We need to follow Jewish style. We need to do the same thing. I don't want to listen to anybody whether it's more than that or not. But institutional racism should stop. The white supremacy, it should stop. We cannot continue anymore. Whether it's more than that or it's shorter than that, I don't want to talk about that. But I want to say institution, is white supremacy must stop. Enough of killing our black guys. Enough of killing black people. It is unacceptable. We are not accepting that anymore. Regardless of whatever the person may have done, there is court of law there to deal with the matter. Death is not the right thing to do. You are not supposed to kill someone. So I'm saying enough is enough. And others are saying enough is enough. And I've united with my eloquent black seniors all over the world, particularly to the United States. I have joined hands and joined forces with them. What we need is to enforce it. The solution is there, but when you are providing it, we need to be able to enforce it. If we cannot enforce it, then we're not talking. You understand? The Jewish community are able to provide economic consequence because they are able to enforce it. We keep asking for a change without enforcing them. No, we can't. So the short term of it is that we need to demand justice. The short term of it is demand justice. The long term of it is that it has to be enforced. Demand justice is the short term. The long term of it is to enforce it. And how do you want to enforce it? First, we need a reform. We need a reform. Police institution must be reformed, must be reviewed. The police institution in the United Kingdom also must be reformed and reviewed. And so that people of color needs to be accommodated and invited to join a police force in the United Kingdom. When we have that, then the modification will come into place. Then that is how to bring it together. And then when you are talking about the strength, how you can play the consequence, you have to do it only through economic consequence. The physical is there, but it has to be economic consequence first. When we can manage to do it through economic consequence by boycotting other shops, other colors, and focus on black race, impact will talk and the government will feel it. But if you're not working, if we don't have training, if we don't have education, if we don't better our life, if we don't come together, we don't have uniformity, we don't do things together, how are we going to achieve it? How are we going to achieve it? How are we going to achieve it? And that is what I bring to all of us today. And that is why I want to encourage us. Enough of all this, enough of killing of black people. We cannot stand it anymore. We should stop it. All this problem that we have on teenager knives in the UK is because the police are not accommodative. They are not ready to listen to them. When they have issues, they have problems. The police scare them. The police does not be their friends. The police are supposed to be the friends of teenagers. They have to be the friends of citizens. They're not supposed to be scare people. They're not supposed to be killing people. They're not supposed to be a murderer. They are to enforce the law. And to enforce the law, you have to take it through the court of law. So that is my point for today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll have to go now. But my name has not changed. I am Lawyer Tokunbo Olagbaye. I practice immigration and nationality law in the United Kingdom. And I'm on Facebook, as you can see me. But when it goes to YouTube, I'm still on Facebook. And you can see it there. This video, please share it. Share it. Enough of white supremacy. Please share this video. Share it, please. Please share the video and let's move on. Thank you.